everyone, good to see you. It is time for Sweet as Honey Layout 2. Hopefully you enjoyed the first one. It was a little lengthy. It had a first part and a second part, but I hope this one does not. But we'll move forward. I just wanted to refresh your memory about how cool this paper pack is. Lots that you can do with it. It's one of those papers that when I first saw it, I was like, But the more I played with it, the more I really like the color combo. So let's get started. I went ahead and sponged every piece of paper except for my solid black. So sponging is one of those things we haven't done for a while. And you can kind of tell I even sponged the big pages, but you can tell the difference. This is sponged and this is not. And so if you haven't done sponging, and it's an old technique, but what's old is new again, right? You're just going to get some ink on your ink pad. I like to use a sponge. Some people like to just rake it across their ink pad. It kind of depends. Some people like to lay it flat and rub it. And it depends on how bold you want it to be. I'm just going for a soft edging. And all this does to me is make it look warmer. It makes the paper kind of pop, set a tone, if that makes sense. So you can see how fast and easy that is to use for sponging. And I did that on all my paper, like I said, except for the black that I'm using today. So this is Mink. I am basing my page on Mink paper. So I'm using a 12 by 12. So we're just going to put that down. And then, of course, this is one of the pattern papers. And this is a 6.5 by 8 3/4. So 6.5 by 8 3/4. And I'm going to grab my ink, or my runner, excuse me, not ink, runner. And I'm going to come in about an inch. And so we got 1.5. I'm going to smooch it up just a smidge. So it is, oh, guess what? Forgot. I had another piece first. So we're going to raise this up a little bit. And that happens. You know, I do that quite frequently. I have a piece of black cardstock, and it is a 2 1/4 by 9 1/2. So 2 1/4 by 9 1/2. Then I have a piece of Sundance, and you can see I've edged that, and it is 2 by 9. And so I'm going to put those two pieces together. I love this pattern, and I love this pattern, and I wish they weren't on the same. But, you know, sometimes that happens. Just makes you want to buy more paper, right? Oops. Get this raised up again. Actually, I'm just going to lift this up. Perfect. So put my page here again. I'm going to raise this up just at about to the 1 3/4 mark. And you can definitely make it what works for you. I know I want it to come off a little bit. So just like that. Now we'll do this again at the 1 and 1.5. I think I want that to show more, so I'm going to bring this in a little bit. Now, if you didn't want to have so much, or you didn't have that much, actually, I think let's do this. If I can lift this up. See, this is how the thought process works sometimes. Let's just see what we like. If we put it down at the 1.5, 1.5. Okay, so it's there. A little lower than the 1. Yeah, oh yeah, that's better. That's what I want. Yeah, that's the look I'm going. I wanted this to show a little bit more on the bottom. That is why I changed the way I had placed it on there. And, you know, that's you can make it work for whatever you want. I am doing 4x6 photo mounts here because I know I have more of those than I do other sizes. And again, just making it even. And again, you can see, and I showed you before, we had already put those. Then I used our tag thin cuts. Let me grab my book here really quick. Oops, and things fall off my pages here. I wanted, we've talked about this tag thin cut set before. I like it because a lot of times it's a great accent. You could also use the tabs. They're a fun one. So this time I used tags and I cut them out of the PML cards and I inked them up. So I'm going to go ahead now, and you don't have to have them as long as I do, but that, you know, it's strictly up to what you want. It's more of a personal preference. No, I want it a little bit shorter than, or a little bit longer. There you go. And then let's put this one. I like this new shortbread color. I think it's really pretty. And then we're just going to add this charcoal. And you guessed it, right in the middle, just to give it some definition. So, you know, in all actuality, the page is pretty much ready to go. But I wanted to use our sticker sheet, and I love that it has these geometric shapes. So we're just going to kind of build it like it's going to be like a tag, but not really a tag, if that makes sense. Just going to place some colors here just to give a little pop and a little bit of definition. And the nice thing about it is you'll just trim off your edges when you get to that point. And you could only put a few. You can put as many as I'm doing. It's strictly, but stickers are a little bit harder to pull up when you put them down. Pretty much have to grab them right away. And it's one of those things that you kind of really want to do after you have everything. I'm going to trim this, and I'm using my non-sticky scissors just so they don't gum up, and then I can save that piece to use on something else. So we have that nice little shape going. Now let's add some fun little cork pieces. And again, like I told you in the first one, I'm using the both sheets. So the one from the workshop and the one from that is a standalone. So you could definitely cut this out of paper. That would be cool too. And I'm going to show that here in just a minute. I'm trying to pull this tape up, or the backing on it. Voila. And it fit right there, nice and easy without too much twang on it. And so then in that Workshop Your Way scrapbooking kit, which is on back order right now, it'll be available in February, and I wouldn't hesitate when it comes available to get it if it's one you want. I love this honeycomb die. I think it's really cute. Oops, I'm gonna lose that die. And I just cut one out of, send that up just a little bit. Maybe what we'll do is we will put it up in here. So then you have both those patterns going like that. We're gonna do the tell your story up here, and I think it's too dark. Let's add some gold to it. How about that? You can see what kind of pieces I have here. Oops, come on. There we go. So we have an angle. We have one there that can go that way. So we got that triangle look going. So voila! There you go. There is page 1. Pretty cool, right? I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay. Let's go with page 2. Get all my pieces here so they're in front of me. And again, so I have, you can see on this one, I have also done the edging on it, okay? I have edged this paper, and we are just going to attach that to my page. And so this piece, oh, I should have told you that. This piece is a 6 by 12. I think I'm only going to come 1 3/4 from the bottom. And then I have 2 black pieces that I want, that are just 1/4 inch strips that I want to, I'm just putting adhesive on these. And I'm just going to put these up against that pattern paper. And it's mainly, one, I didn't want the bulk of so much cardstock. And I thought, well, the strips will work perfect, and they do. They give you the dimension that you have cardstock under there, and it kind of just gives it an anchor for this pattern, but it adds to that whole page layout. Okay. So then I took, this is the mix-in. So let me find the book again. So with this mix-in paper pack, it is in the black gray mink tone, so it's working perfectly with this card pat, or with this oh so honey. So this one I did mount on black, and I am going to anchor this down. And I'm going to put it about the 10 and about 3/4 of the way. Okay, so you have that look going. Perfect. Okay, and then I did the same thing. I inked up my photo mounts, and my photo mounts are going to be a little bit off of each other. They're not going to be lining up perfectly, but yet they still add some definition to the page, if that makes sense. And yes, I know I'm shorter over here, but I am tucking in this cute little card, this PML card, that I thought was fun. Just adding a little bit more texture to the page. Now, it could be a piece of mink that you did journaling on. That would be cool too. It could be something more vibrant if you wanted that look. Definitely could work that way. There's just many options that you have to go with this cool layout. Okay, and I think I forgot to give you the measurements of this. So that black cardstock is 6 1/4 by 10 1/4. So the black underneath here is 6 1/4 by 10 1/4. So this will make this 6 by 10. So hopefully that helps you get that. So you have those ready to go. Okay, so now it just comes to the fun part of decorating. So here I have some more of these fun little die cuts that I cut out. And I am going to just kind of tuck them in. I'm going to add just make them pop. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I have taken a all-purpose mat, and I have cut it into quarters so that that's my adhesive part of my work surface. So I have that, and I don't like that, so I'm going to take my right and rub, and you keep working over this so that see how it takes that off that item. It just takes that little gumminess off. Okay, so you have that going. And then we're going to, let's add some cork to the bottom here. Just as, you know, just to give it some fun little piece. Just to showcase to bring in what we've done on the first page. How about that? That's what I'm trying to say. And so, and then, you know, that cork also has hearts. So the little hearts are fun little trinkets too on this. And I'm just gonna straighten that. Oops. Let's put it, I don't want it to matchy match so much, if that makes sense. I'm gonna play with this one a little bit. It's not lining up. There, that's better. Okay, so we have that. And then trying to decide, I think I'm gonna do this instead. I'm gonna do one of these octagon shapes with the heart missing out of it, just to give some dimension up here. Okay, so pretty easy, pretty laid back. The most time consuming really is inking everything and getting everything going. Let's add some gold bling here. Just to make things have a little bit of fun. I think I'm going to tuck one in right there. All right, so there you go. So that is your second page. So here again is a recap of your first one. It has everything ready to go, and same here. So you have this nice cohesive look to your layout. Now, when I actually get my photos picked out, I will probably take one of these sayings and attach it to the bottom just to help carry that through. And as I'm looking at this, let's do this. Let's add a couple more just to carry with that theme that we had going. So it has that same look. And one more. The nice thing about these, when you have one, they all work so nicely together. Let's lift this up. So that we can get this right here. And let's see if this one is going to work right here. The one we trimmed off. Whoops, put it over a little bit. Yay! I know I have a lot of the same pattern on this one, but I think when we put the two pages together, it will be just fine. And again, that's why I say save these ones you cut off, because you can use them for another one. So let's see how that looks. Woohoo! I like it. What do you guys think? Carries that theme going across. All right, ladies, there are your second set of scrapbook pages. Enjoy.